Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. I would like to first of all welcome our two past Leo presidents today in our meeting, Leo Karnik and Leo DR. Karnik is in UFT right now and DR in Waterloo. Karnik was the president in the year 2018 and DR in 2019. They were both supposed to be honored with appreciation certificates last year at the convention, but unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, the convention was cancelled. Therefore, we would like to honor these two past Leos this year. Under their leadership, the club grew exponentially. Also, the club was able to fulfill and work for all the 5 pillars that the Lions and the Leos Club supports. They held several events raising awareness and took action in support of causes such as childhood cancer, environment, hunger, impaired vision, and diabetes. So now I would like DR to say a few words. We are presenting the appreciation certificate to him. Over to DR.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. I think I should start off by thanking everybody who's at the club, especially our supervisors. We had Lion Charu, Lion Nilgan, Lion Usha, who were all helping us out throughout those years. And honestly, like, without you guys, it would have been a lot harder. So thank you so much for that. And especially I'd like to thank all of the members who are showing up to the clubs, because as much as we can say the presidents did a lot of work for in terms of organizing the events, I would say that each and every member played an equal value role in putting in that work, to showing up to the meetings, planning future volunteering events, and actually showing up and doing and actually volunteering with us. So I really appreciate all of that work that everybody who was there was putting in. And I think it's appropriate that I say a couple words about my experiences with Leos and how I got into it and what I got out of it. I started with the Leos probably as many of the initial Leos did, with the desire to fill up those 40 credit hours for high school, for your high school diploma. And I could have finished those in the first year of my time at Leos, but I ended up staying for much longer. We had so many different events that we were going through that I finished those up in a matter of a couple of months. But I ended up staying because I found that over time, going to each and every event, going to the meetings, I developed a kind of connection and a bond with the people who were there, people who were not necessarily in my grade, who were not necessarily people I knew before then, but were a mixture of friends and brand new people. And it led to be a club that I genuinely enjoyed and look forward to going to, going to the meetings and having fun, and also doing good in the community. Another thing that was very important to me that I found after doing a couple of volunteering events was how much different it was to actually go and volunteer and see a tangible change in the community, rather than just, as good as it is to donate $20 to some organization, there's a large difference between going and making a difference and giving money. I can give many examples, but one of them was when we went to the senior living home for those with Alzheimer's. The time we spent there, that it was only just about an hour, but seeing the actual, like, the people there are having a good time, their lives were noticeably improved for that hour, just an hour spending with them, talking and playing games and whatever we were doing. That had much more impact than if I had given $20 towards Alzheimer's research. And those experiences, they really made me want to stick with the club and keep going. So I would say that, especially for all of the Leos who, don't have this mindset that I do, try and have fun with the club. Have a lot of fun with it. And don't take it as a job or something that you have to do. Treat it as something that you get to do. Because the more you treat it as something that you're going to have fun doing, the more you're going to care about the club, and not only, fill up those 40 hours, but also, get the experiences that, those memories that you can cherish over the next couple of years. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, dear. Thank you for coming today, and thank you for saying such lovely words. Thank you. Over to Karnik.
Hi guys. Yeah, I just wanted to say a few words as well. I think DR said all that's needed to be said, about having fun and everything. But I also feel that there are quite a lot of uses, personal uses for with Leos that you can get out of it as well. So, for example, like my experience of being at the club for about 4.5 years has provided me with the opportunity to hone my interpersonal and leadership skills to the level where I'm ready to seek out new challenges and contribute in a positive and meaningful way within the community. And also, just to add to that, another use that uh, Leos can help you with is university applications. So I used my experience in Leos in my university applications as well, and uh, by showcasing and highlighting events I was part of while at the club, I think my application did stand out, uh, and well, helped me get into U of T and in a program that I felt was pretty hard to get into. And so, yeah, I think it really did help me to, get into university and into such a good program. So, yeah, I want to thank all the Lions and all the Leos for showing up and all the Lions for helping us conduct all our events. During my presidency as well, a lot of the Lions were a lot of help, and I just want to thank them for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks. Really appreciate. I really appreciate what all you did for the club when both of you were there. Now, coming to our present office holders. So, I would like to congratulate and thank you our present President Leo Hassan and Vice President Leo Sarim for successfully running the club in these tough times. And I'm aware that it is not easy to lead a youth club. I appreciate all your effort and time you have been dedicating to the club. And you have genuinely been putting a lot of effort, I feel, to improve the club and keep it alive. Thank you so much. So now over to Hassan to say a few words.
Hello, I'm Hassan, and I'd like to thank Charu for the award, and I'd also like to thank her again for the hard work that she's also done for the club during this time. This is a very difficult time, especially for the Leos. We started the year not knowing how anything will be run and how we'll do anything in the end, and we weren't even sure if we would be able to get good club membership and a lot of people joining. But thanks to the hard work from Lion Charu and as well as Sarim, we're able to get quite the notable group of members. And I'd like to honor some of those members. I'd like to honor Atrav. I'd like to honor Amir, and I'd like to honor Myra. Those and Abion as well. Those members in the Leos, I believe, really stood themselves out and always put themselves to be hardworking. And I know it's not easy, especially during an online meeting to be able to stand up and take the initiative for that. It's not the same as if we were in person, but I'm really proud of the efforts that everyone has took to be able to keep the club running, as well as be able to volunteer in online events as well as in some in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. Thank you so much. Over to Sarim.
Thank you for the award, Lion Charu. And I'd like to start off by talking about my experience here. So I joined the club 2 years ago, or more than 2 years ago now. And it all started with Karnik coming up to me in class and being like, hey, there's this club. Do you want to join? And he was the president at that time. And I was like, yeah, sure. This is like a good chance to get volunteer hours. And so when I joined, it was just for volunteer hours. But when I started to come to this club, I came to meetings, came to events. It became more of a family than a club. And now I know every single member. I'm like best friends with Hassan. That's where I first met him. And I think this Leo's Club is a great way to just build connections with different people that you don't know from before, because it brings kids from all over Oakville together. And I think that this year has been hard because we've been doing these meetings online. But thank you to every Leo who's come to all these meetings. It's probably been the hardest thing to come to these meetings when you know all the volunteering events are not the same as last year. But I really do appreciate all of you guys actually coming out every single week to all these meetings and putting in some effort. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So thanks once again, all the Leos, for being here and for doing what you have been doing for all these years. And I think without your effort, we couldn't have made a difference. And our club, of course, won't have been able to be alive till now, because it's so hard to run a club in these times. I completely understand. Thank you so much.